Hi, I'm Bob Perkins, and this is Aggressive Grace. Today I want to talk about one Greek word and the one question that every Christian should ask every day. When I was in seminary, by far, the hardest class was Greek. I mean, it almost killed me. 9 credits of Greek, and it was awful. But it was almost all worth it for one word. And that word is pisteuo. In our English Bibles, it gets translated belief, faith, and trust. So when we read, God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him will have eternal life. But that same word could be whoever trusts in him. And I think that for our culture and our time, that word trust is probably the better, more meaningful word for us. Because we, as Christians, need to ask every day, do I trust God? We all trust somebody or something with our lives. We trust our money. We trust the government. We'll trust an employer. We'll trust other people. Or what's really popular today is to say, trust yourself. You know, I know myself. I'm the last person I should trust. You know, I mean, I know who I am. The only one who's proven worthy of trusting is God. Of all the stories in my life of trusting God, I'm going to tell you the one that continues to stand out the most to me. 2003, I had an opportunity where I had a 3-month window between work, and there was going to be a Motown production show in the little town we lived in Canada. I auditioned for the show, I made the show, and for 3 months, all I did was rehearse. And I couldn't wait. I mean, this was the dream of a lifetime, to be able to get to sing this music that I love. I had 6 solos. It was going to be awesome. My friends were coming from the States, my parents, everybody's coming for the big show. We're supposed to open on a Friday night. On the Tuesday night before the opening, I am stressed to the max. I mean, I am really stressed. And Debbie and I get in some kind of fight. I don't even remember what it was about. And I yell and lose my voice. And I think, well, it's fine. It's lost now, but by tomorrow it'll come back. It doesn't. Wednesday, no voice. At the dress rehearsal on Thursday, no voice. The producer says, we don't have an understudy. We're just going to have to cut all your numbers. I was devastated. And I can remember I was never been as angry with God as that night. The next morning I woke up. We're supposed to open Friday night. Still no voice. And I mean, at this point, I was sure that God had deserted me completely. And I stood in my office and just angry. That God didn't care about me. He didn't love me. Certainly didn't love me. And he was just mean. Oh my. Friday afternoon, Ancaster got an ice storm. Now you have to understand that Canadians know what to do with snow. They get 6 feet of snow in Canada, plow it away, life goes on, nothing, no one misses a beat. But ice, that's a different story. Ice stops everything. And sure enough, the show was canceled and we opened Saturday. Saturday morning I wake up, my voice comes back, and I do the show. And in the still quiet moments, I heard the Lord say, Bob, you don't trust me. You don't think I love you. And he was right. And it made me think about what it is to be a Christian. It is that we trust God with our lives. with everything. We trust Him with our spouse, that He will provide a spouse or not, but that's a trust God issue. Then we trust Him that it is the right spouse. We trust Him with the kids He gives us, that He will give us the patience and the love and the ability to raise our children. We trust Him with our careers, that the work we'll get to do will be to His glory because it's His work. We'll trust Him with our health, with our money, and most importantly, we'll trust Him with eternity. When Paul says in Romans 10:9, if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, you will be saved. If you trust in your heart that God raised Jesus from the dead and conquered death once for all, you will be saved for eternity. The question for every Christian, every day, is what does it mean to trust God today? Because if you're not trusting God, who are you trusting? Only God proves Himself worthy of trust every day. I'm Bob Perkins. Thanks for watching. This is Aggressive Grace.